hello, I'm Rachel. I volunteer with Garden Organic and this is my vegetable garden. I do a 5-crop rotation, starting with beans, members of the bean family, followed the next year by greens, then roots on the same patch of ground, followed by potatoes and then onions. On this patch here I've got my new potatoes and I'm going to follow those with leeks. I've started digging the new potatoes and I've got enough space there to make it worth my while to transplant a few leeks. Right, so here's where I've dug my potatoes from. I'm going to dib holes. I'm using a line because I like my leeks to grow in a straight line, but you could be artistic and just dot them about so long as they're nicely spaced. I want quite a lot of white on my leeks, so I've probably dibbed my hole about up to this place here on my dibber. Before I planted my potatoes, I dug a trench and in the bottom I put leaf mould to hold the moisture because my soil is very sandy, and a good liberal helping of compost. That is still down there where I'm now going to put the leek plants. Their roots will reach it and hopefully benefit from it. Right, here we are with the leek seedlings. I sowed these in January of this year in modules indoors, and when they were about the thickness of a hair I transplanted them out here. They seem to take forever to grow, but now they've reached a pencil thickness, which is generally regarded as the thickness that they should be before you transplant them. I watered them last night so that the soil is nice and moist and they will lift easily without breaking too many roots. I'm going to lift them and go and put them in the holes that I've already dibbed. There's some fabulous roots on them. Some people cut the roots off and make them grow new roots. I think it's cruel enough to transplant them anyway without cutting them about, so I leave them as they are. Even so, I've broken some of the roots and left them behind. Okay, so we're going to pop one of these into each of my holes, and as you see, it sinks down quite a long way, so when I dig it, that length of leek will be blanched and white. Pop that in there. I grow musselburgh, which is an old favourite. It's always done well on my soil. It stands right round until March of next year. It doesn't do a great deal of growing over the winter, but it just stands there and waits for me to come and dig it as and when I need it. Which means that in fact some of the leeks which I'm eating next March will be 15 months old. Next job is to water. And I just go along and I fill each hole with water. On my light sandy soil this is good, the water can't run away, it's going exactly where it's needed. And during the day today I will probably come down here several times and top them up again. In the days when I went out to work, I would have done this job in the evening. I would have made sure that the soil was very, very moist, and then, and particularly if it was going to be a sunny day like it is now, I would have put a newspaper and I would have made a tent over them, like this, and sprinkled water on that to keep them extra moist for the first 26 hours. Being retired means I can come down here frequently and water them instead. Much less messy.